I'm Nadine from JuggleMum, and today I'm recording a video for Channel Mum. It's about me time and what me time I had when my kids were little and the me time I have now. As you can see, I'm having my nails done. Yay! I'm having my me time. The kids are at school and this is my chance to just do a bit of what I call essential maintenance. But let's face it, it's me time.
Why not?
Why not, indeed. So this is something that I do now. Next week, I'm going to go see 50 Shades of Grey at the cinema. There's 10 of us going, all mums, all friends of mine, and we're leaving the husbands and kids at home, and we're having a girly night at the cinema. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. No doubt I'll blog about it afterwards. The other thing I do for me time these days is once a year, a really good friend of mine and we go to a spa for a day. We do it on a Saturday and we leave, again, the husbands and kids behind, and we have a day of girly pampering, we get a massage, usually there's a lunch involved, and it's a really nice day just to forget everybody else and concentrate on ourselves. So those are 3 ways that I get me time now. My kids are 12 and 7. Let me tell you about me time back then when they were babies. I don't know if you can relate to this, Simona.
Oh gosh, yeah, definitely.
When I had my babies and husband had come home from work and had been with the baby all day, I used to want to go do the food shopping.
I still do that now to escape.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it is. It's an escape because thankfully the supermarkets sell clothes and beauty products now. So you can pass it off as domestic duties, can't you?
Definitely.
But going to do your supermarket shopping on an evening is an escape, and it means that you get a bit of time to yourself.
Leave a few bits in the boot for
Yeah,
later.
yeah, exactly. Nobody has
Smuggle
to know.
them in later.
Nobody has to know what you bought, do they? That's something that I used to do though, so if you're a new mum with a baby and you're struggling for me time, tell your other half you're off to do the food shopping, nobody can argue with that,
Yeah.
and you get a bit of me time.
Good con.
Yeah, it is a good con. This is it, new mum hacks, this is what I'm going to give you. Do you know, another one I used to do was go running with my baby for me time, because after I had my second child, I wanted to get my body back. Well, actually, I wanted to get Emma Bunton's body back because my body wasn't that great to begin with. So I wanted to get in shape. And I actually found a gym near me that has a creche. And I signed up for it. And I chose that gym purely because it had a creche. Well, would my son go in the creche? Would he heck? He would not. I would take him there. It was only about, must have been 8 or 9 months. He did not want to be left. He would scream, and I'd try and go do a Zumba class. But I just felt guilty the whole time because he clearly hated it. So what I did was I took myself off to the shop. I found myself a buggy that had big thick wheels and good suspension on it, and I decided to go running with him instead. And so that's what we used to do. We used to go running around the streets, and it's easy.
The
And
3-wheelers were a new craze, weren't they?
they were only just out when I was at this
I
stage,
yeah.
and I didn't actually get one because it was too big for the boot of my
Yeah.
car, but I did end up with a very nice buggy that did have good wheels and collapsed in a small enough fashion, and that was how I got some me time then. The last way, this is going to sound crazy, but you can also get a bit of me time with an early night. Do you think this is a stretch? Maybe.
Maybe.
It maybe doesn't sound like too much me time, but when you've been home with the babies all day, clearly you're knackered and nobody's going to argue with you on that. So if you just say, look, I'm off to bed early, I'm tired, I'm going to get some sleep. I used to leave my husband to do the last bottle of the night, and I used to get off up to bed. Most of the time I did need to sleep, but sometimes I just sort of take a magazine up. The luxury of lounging in bed with a magazine.
Yeah.
I could never concentrate on anything more taxing than a
Much more
magazine
than
at the time. I can get back to books now, you know, you sort of get your concentration back, but I used to sneak off up to bed. So those are my 3 ways that I have me time these days, and the ways that I used to have me time. I must admit I do quite like this me time.